Hello everyone, and we are cheesecake making today. I don't know if you can see, we're going to wait for everyone to arrive, but I'm wearing a microphone. So if you're on already, have we got any viewers, Rich? Okay, so I don't know if the weather's going to affect us. Okay, so could you let us know if you can hear me, because I've got a microphone on today, some thumbs up, just so we know volume-wise that we've got it sorted. Right, excellent. Next test is, can you hear Mr. Boozy Baker, Richard, behind the camera when he talks now?
Afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me at all?
Have we got some thumbs up?
Yeah, there's some thumbs up. I don't know if it's for you or me, but...
Okay. If you can comment to tell us if you can hear Richard, because he's not mic'd up, he's just near the phone.
They can hear us both and the sound is much better.
Fantastic! We've invested in a bit of technology for these to help you guys out, so I'm glad that's working better. We're just going to wait for numbers to increase because probably, if you're anything like us, you have been dashing about trying to get washing in and to stop things from blowing over because it's pretty hideous out there today, isn't it? I've got Erin with me today, the girl with about 1,000 colours in her hair. You saying hello?
Hi.
That's so quiet, and you're not that quiet. You're not. Gonna do a big hello. That's rubbish.
I've got Louisa says she can't hear us very loud and cannot really hear me at all, but everyone else is saying they can hear us perfectly.
Okay, just make sure your volume's turned up on your device, because hopefully this is helping a bit with sound. It's not been everyone, but I know that volume has been an issue. I'll still try and talk loudly anyway.
So Anne is hearing us loud and clear in North Norfolk and loving
Hi, Anne.
Erin's hair.
Ah, hi Anne. Yeah, do shout outs. Tell us where you're from. Tell us if you're here for the first time or whether you've done other workshops before.
If you like my hair.
Tell Erin if you like her hair. You're going to have to get louder. So yeah, we want this to be interactive for you guys. So we're going to wait a few minutes, just let everyone log on, get dried off if they've been outside. Yeah, we'll do it in a minute.
One.
No, it'd be good.
Okay.
Have we got anyone else joining
So
us?
we've got Nigel loud and clear from Derby,
Excellent. Hi, Nigel.
Julia and Imogen, who's age 8 from Anthill.
Yeah. Oh, if you haven't washed your hands, great opportunity to go and wash your hands right now.
Sarah from Crawley.
All right. Hi, Sarah.
Imogen and Bethany love cheesecake and Erin's hair.
Yay!
Craig from Basingstoke.
Hi, Craig. This is the ideal dessert, I think, for a day like today.
It's Amanda's first time today with us.
Hi, Amanda. Thanks for joining us.
Kim can hear us both, and she's in Denmead and loves Erin's hair.
Yay! A lot of love for your hair, Erin.
Emma and Pom Pom are on, and they've said hi to Erin.
Say hi.
Yay!
Say a big hello then.
Hi.
Getting louder.
Christina from it's her first workshop.
Oh, hi, Christina. Thanks for joining us.
Hair and just dyed her 10-year-old's pink today.
I've got to say, this is all clipped in, but with lots and lots. Her hair's doubled in size today.
Tomorrow I think I'm going to do my hair.
You're going to spray it as well, are you, tomorrow?
Yeah, pink actually
Pink,
as well.
okay.
Sandra from Minston on C in Kent, first time, and loves Erin's hair.
Excellent. If you are first time and you're wondering what this is about, you can go back to our videos or go onto our YouTube channel, Boozy Bakers, and you'll find a selection of other workshops there. We've done, what have we done, Erin? Come on. Biscuit making, scone making, pizza making,
Bread.
soda bread, banana bread. That was just downloaded yesterday by Max. So our son is managing our YouTube channel. I think he is one away from getting 100 followers. So if you'd like to go and subscribe to that, you can watch all the workshops there.
It's been 2 minutes.
It has been 2 minutes.
So we've got Summer from Wiz Beach. We've got Claire and Lucy are ready to bake. Another Claire in Gosport.
Excellent. We will in a minute. We're just making sure that everyone's ready because Sometimes it's easy to forget.
Louise and her daughter Isabel from Shipley, Derbyshire. We've got Lisa in Derbyshire as well.
Oh, lots in Derbyshire.
Tanusha from Southampton.
Hello.
Samantha is in Birmingham.
Hiya.
And Dory's already asking what you're drinking.
Oh, it's water. It needs to get more exciting than this, doesn't it? It does need to get more exciting. Right, do you think we're ready to start? Or are our numbers looking similar to...
Mummy, they might be asking what I'm
They're there.
drinking.
What are you... Well, I'm hoping you're drinking apple squash. Apple squash, yeah.
No, apple juice.
Apple juice.
Carrie's making this for a dad with lactose-free cream cheese and Elmley plant-based double cream.
Oh, let us know how it goes if you try something different. We do like to hear. So we're making a chocolate chip cheesecake today, but we always try and do some options. So if you're using something different, different kind of biscuits or toppings, let us know. We'd love to hear. The reason we decided to do chocolate chip is because this makes quite a large cheesecake. So we thought it would save better to do that. Although when we made it, it lasted about 2 days, didn't it, darling? So we had to try it out to make sure it was good enough for you guys. So we've tried to simplify this recipe and use what you have. So if you want to put some fruit on the top or drizzle a chocolate sauce, you can. You don't have to use the chocolate chips. They are just for flavour. Everything else is needed, but you can vary your biscuits. Right. Okay, what I'm going to ask for anyone that's new to this is just to make sure you're going at the same speed as us. Can you give us a thumbs up when you're ready? We'll keep asking you, are we there? Has everyone done that? If you can do a thumbs up emoji, it just lets us know that you're ready to move on to the next part. Okay, right. So, tin-wise, we're using a cake tin. This is a spring one, which means we can take that bit off. You don't need to have one of these. It's just what we have. You can use any tin or dish. I purposely put my biscuits in this oval dish. That will do too. What I would say is just remember that whatever you put it in, unless you have something that you can remove the sides, you'll be cutting it inside of your dish. So if you're using a cake tin, which you can't remove the edges, just remember you'll need to cut it. So you might want to protect the bottom with a bit of baking paper or something, just for a bit of added protection. But other than that, you don't really need to do much because we're adding a buttery base to this cheesecake. So just have a dish ready to go. If you have any questions on this, just let us know. And Mr. Boozy Baker is nodding his head.
Ed is asking what size tin.
So this is an 8-inch or a 20 centimetre tin. It doesn't need to be this deep. The cheesecake will get to about 6 centimetres in this size dish. Obviously, if you're using something which is smaller, you're going to have a higher cheesecake, and if you're using something which is bigger, you're going to have a shallower cheesecake. But overall, that's not a problem.
I've also got a lot of people saying what alternatives they're doing. So Sarah's using crunchies, Bonnie's using salted caramel, Claire's got mini honeycomb pieces.
Oh, yum.
And Belinda's doing strawberries.
Ah, lovely.
I like honeycomb.
You like honeycomb. You have to speak louder to them so they can hear what you like. There'll be a lot of sweet things in there for you, wouldn't there? Right.
Lou's asked what ingredients do we need?
So for today, you're going to need about 300 grams of biscuits. You're going to need 150 grams of butter. We've got 100 grams of chocolate chips, but you can have less, you can have more. 2 pots, this is where I try to keep it simple, 2 pots of cream cheese. It doesn't have to be a well-known brand, it can be any cream cheese. These are 180 and 1 pot of double cream. Oh, and some lemon juice. The lemon juice is quite important because it will help your cheesecake to set. This is a no-bake recipe. This is going to be refrigerated, so there's no oven setting today. And there's also, if you didn't notice, there is no flour. So we are giving you a break from trying to source your flour this week. Oh yes, well done you. And there is a little bit of icing sugar for sweetening your cheesecake. So you only need a little bit. We've gone overkill on this. We only need a couple of tablespoons, sorry.
Other flavours people are trying are mango and passion fruit from Helen with a Choc digestive as the base.
Yum.
Shanina's doing a biscuit cheesecake.
Oh yeah, nice. That's a good one.
Sharon's using mixed berries. Louise is using mascarpone cheese and choc buttons.
Yum.
Ed's got chocolate chips, raspberries and raspberry coulis.
Oh, yummy. Yeah, if you don't want to use cream cheese, you can do half of ricotta or mascarpone. We're just going full on cream cheese today. But the amounts are 180 a pot, so just so that you get your amounts right. Okay, are we ready to go? Are you ready? Right, Erin, why is the reason you wanted to be involved with this one today? You have to say it loudly so they can hear you. No, that's not loudly.
I get to bash biscuits.
You get to bash biscuits. Right, so if you take out your biscuits, you want 300 grams. This gives you quite a nice sizable base. There's a number of ways you can do this. I've done it before that we've put them in a bag and then bashed them in a bag. But Erin's got that bit more, hopefully, controlled and can do it in a bowl. So we've already weighed these out. But if you haven't got scales, it's probably about 2/3 of a packet of, like a standard packet of biscuits. How many biscuits have we got in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. About 20 digestive biscuits. I may have miscounted by 1 or 2, but about 20 digestive biscuits. Right, so Erin is going to start just gradually bashing those biscuits to form the base.
Tracy's asked, do you have, if we haven't got icing sugar, is that okay?
Hang on, darling. Yes, that's fine. It'll affect your sweetness. So if you haven't got icing sugar, you could use a bit of honey to add sweetness. I actually didn't put much icing sugar in my last one, and I quite liked it. It's got that more kind of soury, cream, cheesy taste. So, and you'll be adding the sweetness with your toppings. So if you're adding a coulis or sweet fruit or chocolate, you're getting the sweetness from that.
Other flavours people are trying are passion fruit.
Oh yeah, I like that one.
Ginger nut base and lemon curd flavour.
Nice. Ginger nut, that's a good one.
Choc biscuits and crushed Maltesers.
Careful, careful, careful. Just bit by bit. I don't know how much of Erin's biscuit crushing you're picking up on the microphone. Hopefully it's not too off-putting.
Did you have the microphone?
Annette has asked, says, just watching this week, is there a lower fat version?
So the advice is use full fat to help it set. You can try using half fat or reduced fat cream cheeses. It just might take a bit longer to set.
I think we should do a mini YouTube video for people who don't have gluten.
I know there's always lots of dietary things that we're asked, and we do try to make it that you can use different things.
Maybe we should do a mini cupcake one.
Maybe we'll try to add some, if we can, some additional tutorials on our YouTube channel as well. But it's been quite busy this week, so.
Louise is using hobnobs all the way and has said well done
like
for Erin on the biscuit bashing.
Yeah, you like hobnobs.
I love hobnobs.
You hear that? You're getting a well done on the biscuit bashing.
Yeah.
She's doing a very good job.
I love bashing.
You could, I suppose, use a food processor. But I've got a food processor called Erin, so. Well done.
I like bash.
I know you like bashing them. So this does take a while, but if you can get them all bashed into crumbs, it'll create a nice base.
You have to get, because you have to try and get them when they just like.
Yeah, I
slip
know,
away.
they're sneaky, aren't they?
Yeah.
Do you want me to shake the bowl?
Yeah.
No, I'll do the shaky. There you go.
It's always helping. You have to
So
get.
you have to let us know if you've got children. I know I can recognise some names from other weeks, but let us know how old you are as well.
You have to try.
You don't have to if you're like me, of my age, but children
even
more so.
tiny-
You can tell us how old you are, however old you are.
There's even tiny bits of biscuit which you need bash.
To be honest, I could give you a variety of answers because I always forget my age.
37.
Am I 37? Thank
How
you, Erin.
fine should it be bashed?
So, Erin, can I show them your bashed biscuits? Well, yeah, because they want to know, and we're running a workshop. Right. So, there you go. Can you see that? It's fine. If you get the odd chunk in there, it doesn't matter. It's just that's what I would be going for. Erin, I think you're about done, love.
No,
You're not.
Wanderer said put in a plastic bag and roll them.
Yeah, I've done that before, and on the whole, it works really well. But Erin is loving the bashing. Okay, all right.
Belinda's
Stop
got
there.
Lewis with her,
Yes.
who's age
Yes.
9.
Hello. Okay.
Sorry, Lou, if I pronounce this wrong. Hayuja, age 9. Freya, 12 years. Craig's got Harry, who's 4, and Elizabeth, who's 7.
Oh, well done. Okay. All right,
How
Erin.
did they survive?
How's Imogen, who's 8, and Bethany, who's 3.
Oh, bless.
10, Lewis is 11.
Well done.
Helen has William 15 and Tabitha 20 joining her today.
Excellent.
Very loud in the kitchen.
To be honest, it's really loud here, and I've only got one with me. Right. Okay, Erin, we're going to have to leave that now. I know it's your favourite job. Well done.
Yeah, that's
Catherine's
my
got Holly,
favourite.
age 7, and says under Becky, I'm 9, but I know that's Isabel, who's 9.
Right. Okay, you're going to put that down now, sweetheart? Yeah? Okay. Right. Have we got some thumbs up to biscuit bashing? Yes, you can do that bit.
Someone's asked, can she put a layer of caramelised biscuit spread between biscuit and cream cheese topping?
Why not? Go for it. Yeah, that sounds really nice.
Thumbs up are coming through. Louise has Isabel, who's 12 with her. Carmen is with her 5-year-old son Theo. They're having to,
Good girl.
half the recipe is accidentally bought cream cheese with garlic and herb.
Oh dear.
And
Do a
Carrie
savoury
has
version.
Rose with her, who's 9.
You could try maybe doing like a cracker one. Right, okay, stop. Shall we put this in next? Right, we're going to melt the butter. Now, if you've used a chocolate biscuit, anything with a layer of chocolate on, or custard creams or Oreos or anything with a cream base, when so you might want to put just a teaspoon or so less butter into your mix. The drier your biscuit, go for 150 grams. I'm going to give this to Mr. Boozy Bakers to melt for me because I'm mic'd up, and if I walk off, which I'm bound to do, I'm going to take everything with me.
I'm trying to untangle these.
Oh, they're tangled. There we go. See if I can push this back in.
Karen's got Oliver, who's 5, and Brandon, who's 13 with her.
Oh, well done, boys.
Samantha, I'm guessing, was asking, can she use lime instead of lemon?
Yeah, same thing will happen. It just helps it to set. You're not ready for that yet. You're going to put it down for me?
And hi Ed, he says he's been with us every week.
Hiya.
What's after that?
I know you do. We do test all these recipes, so often the kids, they'll have had experience. So Erin's itching to get ahead. Right, so we've just put that in for 30 seconds. And that's pretty melted. If it's not completely melted, don't worry. As long as it's so soft, it's going to combine with the biscuits. Now, it's quite a full bowl there, so I just want to be careful tipping it towards the camera. So that's fine. Otherwise, put it in for a few more seconds.
Can we put vanilla extract in this?
Yes, you can. Right. So we are going... I'm going to get a bigger spoon. You can use metal or wooden, it doesn't matter. And we're going to tip that. Do you want to tip it? Okay. Tip it into the biscuits then. That's it. Just gently. That's it. Scoop it all out. And what you want to do is you want to stir this and combine it together so that all the biscuit crumbs are coated. It won't be like a dough. Yeah, there you go. It won't be like a dough. They will still look quite separate. No, oh darling, no, not the whisk, sweetheart. That was probably my fault. Can I have the spoon back, please, Rich?
You said yes.
I know, I'm sorry, I was a bit distracted. There you go. Okay, so we're going to stir that together. Just gently, Erin, otherwise what will happen is it will fly out the bowl if you're not careful.
Karen's just asked how much butter?
So that was 150 grams of the butter. So far we've got 300 grams of biscuits and 150 of butter.
I think how it's supposed to be looking.
Yeah, that's looking really good. So can you see that the biscuits all look a bit wet now, don't they? Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, can I have a look?
It looks like.
Can we put less than 150 grams of butter in?
You can, but to make the base set, you need to have enough that it will stick together. So you can use margarine, by the way, if you don't have butter. That's not a problem. If you've got a biscuit which is slightly wet, so something with chocolate or a cream inside that you've bashed, you'll need just slightly less as well. I mean, don't get me wrong, if you use less butter and it doesn't quite combine, the worst that's going to happen is when you slice your cheesecake, you're going to have a slightly crumbly base.
Edwin has come up with the best biscuit base yet, bourbon biscuits.
Oh, that sounds lovely. So with bourbon biscuits, because of that cream, you might just need just a little fraction less butter. But I'm sure that will do delicious, and Mr. Boozy Baker now wants me to do that one.
And Carol's asking how about peanut butter too?
Yeah, that's fine. As long as you like peanuts. Okay, right, we're done with that, aren't we? That's really nicely combined.
We could make apple crumble.
We could do an apple crumble.
Yeah, but out of that we could.
Out of that? Well, yeah, you could. It would be a crispy top to it, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Right. Have we got thumbs up on the combination of the butter and the biscuits? You all right?
Yeah, but...
Yes, Samantha, lime is fine instead of lemon juice.
Yeah.
And thumbs up.
Okay. Sorry?
Thumbs up, Barbie.
Excellent. Right. Once you've got your base, we're going to pour it into your dish. So whatever you've chosen to bake in, you want to pour it in and then spread it out and press it down. We want a nice firm base. Sorry, Erin, I did get you, didn't I? I'm sorry. Let's just rescue you there. So I'm just going to scrape off that extra bit. And then I'm going to you want to do this? Okay, so you need to spread it around and make sure it's covered, and then we'll press it. So you want it to be nicely compacted. So you don't want too much loose, because we're going to chill this for a minute, but then we want to be able to put the cream cheese mixture on top, and we don't want loose biscuits in it so much. So nice and even. That's it, Erin.
I'm going to ask a question. Do you need to grease the tin?
So because we've got the buttery base, I haven't greased it because I don't think it's going to stick to anything. So you can if you want to, but I don't tend to. It's hailing here. Has anyone else got hail? It's the craziest weather.
What have you been doing if you have rain?
Oh, well, ask them.
What have you been doing if you have rain?
So what have you been doing? What have you been filling your rainy day with, Erin's asking?
Because I might want to do it.
Oh, because Erin wants inspiration for after the workshop of how she should fill her time. So especially if you have children, what activities have they been up to that Erin could have a go at? That looks really good, Erin. You've done a good job there.
Lou has a 9-inch base. Is it the same amount?
Yeah, you will just end up with a slightly thinner layer of biscuit, but only ever so slightly. So yeah, that's no problem.
Really nice.
Yeah,
Like,
that's good, Erin. I think you've pressed so... It's all right. You've just pressed that little bit too hard, getting a bit carried away, that it's stuck to the back of the spoon. That's all.
Well, it's lovely and sunny in Cornwall.
Oh,
It's a bit windy.
get you. It's horrible here. But it wasn't horrible until we put the washing out. That was nice. It lulled us into a false sense of security that we were going to get a nice day, and then the rain came down very hard.
you had to go outside.
I did have to go outside in the
To be
rain.
fair, the weather around here is Mr. Boozy Baker's fault because he bought a large pack of charcoal yesterday.
Oh, that's what it was, yeah. Right, let's put that back and let's show them what we've got. So if you can see that, we've got a nice compacted base. Can you see that, Rich?
Yeah.
Okay, so with this, we're going to put this in the fridge. Now, if you don't want to put it in the fridge, it will be fine. But just because we've used the butter, by putting it in the fridge, it's going to make it that bit more solid because it will cool it down again and make it more solid again. Right, so I'm going to give that to Mr. Boozy Baker because I've not got Max with me today. He's in a different room doing his own thing today, isn't he? Yeah. So, but he will be putting this video, this live workshop onto YouTube later.
I'm just going to get a bandage.
No, you're not. You're fine. So bear with us while Mr. Boozy Baker is just taking a couple things out the fridge to make some room. Should have done that before, really. Bear with us and he'll be back onto your questions. As I said, if I move, I take the microphone with me, which I'm hoping is helping a lot of you to hear me a bit better this week.
Right. So we've got Bonnie's playing with their three-legged dog Molly.
You'll have to play with a four-legged one.
Let's not take a leg off one of our dogs.
Play with a four-legged one.
Isabel's playing with Sylvanians. Jackie's making cards.
Ooh, that's a nice idea. You can make some cards.
It's not raining in Ipswich, but Christina's daughter loves painting and hammer beads.
Hammer beads? You've got hammer beads. You could have a go at that.
4 things which I can do.
Tracy's asked which diameter is best.
So that was an 8-inch or so 20 centimetre tin, so that works nicely. But if you have something smaller, you'll end up with a deeper cheesecake, and if you have something wider, you always have more slices, but they will be shallower.
Thank you for the people who gave me ideas.
So I don't know if you can hear Erin or not, but she's saying thank you for the ideas. Right, so I'm being greedy. I have 2 extra bowls now because we want to do separate things. We want to put the cream cheese in one and we're going to do the double cream in another. So we're going to do double cream first. Is everyone keeping up with us? Are we good? Thumbs up to that.
So Erin could do. Imogen has been learning magic tricks.
Oh yeah, you've got your Jamie Raven sets, haven't you? You could have a go at that.
I wish we were at Alma's because we have this white.
I know you like Ammar's special table, don't you?
Yeah, no, that's actually my table.
And Erin, you could do a scavenger hunt with your family.
Yeah. Right, okay, excellent. So we're going to take some double cream. Now I'm putting this in a large bowl. Hang on, Erin, we don't need that one.
Oh.
I'm putting this in a large bowl because I've learnt if you put it in a small bowl, it's really difficult to whisk. So we're going to put that in. That's looking quite thick already, I've got to say. You can scoop that out if you want, Erin. Now, if you've got a machine whisk, use that. If you've got an electric whisk, that's what I meant. You can use that, but obviously for the purpose of being able to answer your questions, you're going to see me struggle by doing this at hand. But it is entirely possible. There we go, Erin. I'll put that in there. So that is 1 pot. So that is 284 ml. Or thereabouts. Right, Erin. So we don't need to. We're going to whisk it. Yeah, you'll be there forever with a teaspoon.
Oh, yeah.
So, Erin, well, you can have a go. It gets really hard because you've got to really give it. You've got to get some air. You've got to really whisk it. So, I've got to say, I don't know.
It goes hard straight away.
Right, this normally takes me ages. I don't know why. But Erin's literally just touched it and it's turned into thick cream. Superpower, Erin!
Lots of people are asking how much cream. It's 284 ml or 1 pot.
That's crazy. That normally takes me a good few minutes. Well done, clever clogs. Actually, it's actually thinning again. I don't know what's going on with that.
If you want cheesecake, ask me.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, I think it lured us into a false sense of security there. It needs a bit more. Okay. Right, so you might need to give that a really good welly with your arm. You might need to pass it to someone else in your house if it doesn't whip up. It is thick. Don't stir it though, sweetie. You need to really whip it. That's not thin, sweetheart.
It is.
Okay, let's have a look. So that's staying on the whisk. So if you can get it to stay on the whisk, that is fine. Well, ours has gone a bit weird, I've got to say. Because it's going more liquidy again. Hang on.
Mummy, when you do too much, then it'll go liquidy again.
That's staying on the whisk, and we're going to leave it, okay? Because otherwise, if you over whisk it, we're going to have problems. So we're going to do that, and we're going to. No, you did fine. So we're going to wait for everyone to have whisked, because that might take longer for other people who don't have the mighty power of Erin to do immediate thickness.
Louise has just asked, was that double cream or mascarpone?
That was the double cream.
If they're using mascarpone, what do they do?
Are you using the mascarpone instead of the cream cheese? Because we've got the cream cheese and double cream. So I need a bit more information of what you're using. If you're doing the cream cheese and the mascarpone, I would say stick to the same kind of amounts.
People have lost the sound. I don't know if that's because you've knocked it while.
Oh, hopefully not. Is it? Plug it in again, Rich. Yeah. There we go. Okay, can you hear us again?
Thumbs up if you can hear us. We're back now.
Excellent. Sorry about that. So if you lost what I said, for the lady that was asking about the mascarpone cheese, I don't know what you're using as well as. So we've got the 2 pots of cream cheese and a pot of the double cream. So if you're using cream cheese and mascarpone, go with the same quantity of mascarpone, I suppose. Are we good?
Mostly, yeah. There's a couple of people still struggling.
With the whipping it?
With no sound.
With no sound.
There's a lot of people saying back, there's a few people who are not hearing it. Try that. Okay,
I'm hoping you can all hear me. I don't know where you are, but if you're by us, I mean, the weather's so hideous, I don't know if that's affecting us at all. Just let me know if you can hear me.
Has anyone got wet?
It's a mixture of responses. We're getting some thumbs up and people saying they've got it. A few saying it's...
Hopefully, I suppose it helps if I talk to know if you can hear me. So whilst we're getting it back, excellent. So whilst you're all whipping, you're going to have to let me know when you're done, because I know that can take quite a while. Next week we are doing cinnamon buns. Did you just yawn? You yawned. We're doing cinnamon buns next week. So that's all down on the workshop as to what you need for ingredients wise. If you are struggling, we have put the cinnamon bun kit on our online shop at boozybakers.co.uk, so you can go and purchase that, and we'll send you all the dry ingredients. There's not much wet ingredients to that. And we've also got the tea loaf workshop the week after that, and all the ingredients is up on our site for that one.
Might need to give people a couple of seconds, because there's a few saying they came back on. And
that's fine.
Working.
Good, excellent. So I've not moved on. I've just been rambling about other workshops to give everyone a bit of time with the whisking. So just a quick recap. What we've done is we've made the base that is currently in the fridge setting, and that is your 300 grams of biscuit and your 150 gram of butter. And we melted the butter, added it to the biscuit, mixed it all together, and set it in the base of our dish or tin. We've then moved on, and all we've done so far is we've whipped up our double cream to make it into a thick, can stay on the whisk mixture that we're not going to touch again, Erin.
A couple of people struggling with the whipping of the cream. I know one thing I do when I try and whip it is I actually put it back in the fridge for a second and let it...
If you're really struggling, if it's been at room temperature for a while, try putting it back in the fridge. The other thing you can do is put it in a bigger bowl. If you're in a little bowl and you're trying to whisk it, you can't get the air. You need it to be in a bit of a bigger bowl just to be able to really go for it. So try those 2 methods. I will keep recapping. So if you do decide to put it in the fridge, don't panic. We're going to move on to the cream cheese, but we can come back to the whipping of the cream. So I'm going to put that to one side. It's a very put it to one side
Virginia's
day.
asked to be delivered to Dublin.
To Dublin. We don't deliver cream cheese, some cheesecake, but we can do to Dublin. Oh, we can't. Can we not?
Outside the UK.
Outside the UK. Can we not? I don't know how long that takes
We'll
on
have to look
postage.
into it.
We can look into that. You might have to send us a private message just so I remember. But we do post across the UK with lots of sweet treats from our shop. But basically, we haven't gone outside of that for various reasons, including how long they stay in the post. So get in touch and we will have a look into that for you. Right.
How much double cream again?
That was one pot, which is 284 ml of double cream there.
A couple of people have had a workout whisking.
I know! I can't believe Erin just kind of did that and it whipped up. Normally that is me passing it on to Mr. Boozy Bakers to do. I know you're obviously like the Incredible Hulk.
And there's a lot of love for the cinnamon bun workshop for next week.
Yeah, that one's very popular in our house too. So
I thought it was supposed to be icing.
there is going to be icing sugar in a minute. I'm now going to put the 2 pots. So each of these pots is 180 grams. Is it mil or grams it weighs it in? Grams. 280 grams, well done Erin, of cream cheese. This is full fat. That's recommended in terms of allowing it to set. But if you have something different, just make sure you've given it plenty of time in the fridge.
Really?
That's it, Erin.
Very?
There's a tag there. Just peel it back.
Oh.
Emma seemed to gave up on her machine and did it herself. She's had an impromptu workout.
Get those arm muscles going. Right, are we going to use a spoon? I think it might be stuck in there, Erin, if you do that. Should we give it a helping hand?
Can you hold it?
Why don't... I think we'll just do that, darling. I know. Look, see, it comes out on a spoon. Right, so we're going to put, with the 2 tubs of cream cheese, well done, Erin, we're going to put some... Well, you did a good guess.
Samantha's asking, when do I add vanilla essence?
So you can add that now. We're going to add oh, careful, sweetie. We're going to add a tablespoon of lemon juice. Well done. This won't affect the flavour too much, but it really helps it to set. And we need another spoon, really, to get this. Have we got one? I think we've used up all our spoons. Sorry, we're just getting another spoon.
How much cream cheese are you using?
So cream cheese, we've used 2 tubs. Each tub is 180 grams.
And if you're using ricotta, how much of that?
Same quantities. Yes, Erin. So icing sugar now. We've added 2 tubs. Hang on, Erin. We've added 2 tubs of cream cheese. We've added a tablespoon of the lemon juice, and then the icing sugar. Okay, you can put that much in, and then that's enough.
You need about 2 of these.
So this is to taste. This is not required for setting. So it's how sweet you like your cheesecake. So we've put in 2, obviously heaped tablespoons of icing sugar. You can just use 1. You don't have to use any. You could use a little bit of honey instead if you wanted. But remember, if you're putting sweet toppings on and you've got the chocolate chips, you've already got some sweetness from that. So that's just how you like your cheesecake. I know my kids wouldn't eat it without having a bit of sugar in.
Wait, are we making cream cheese?
No, we're making cheesecake.
Yes, soft cheese can be used, and yes, it is 400 grams of cheese we're using here.
Yeah, it's 100. It's 180, but 400 grams is fine. Yes.
And can we get a thumbs up if you're keeping up with us? Okay.
Yeah, here you go. I'll do this for a bit. So I'm just combining that. So that is the 2 tubs. So around just under, but around 400 grams of cream cheese is fine, or ricotta if you're using ricotta. We've added a tablespoon of the lemon juice, which helps it to set, and we've added 2 spoonfuls of the icing sugar, which is for taste. Now we're going to add some chocolate chips. These are a bit bigger than your average chocolate chips. This is 100 grams we've got. I actually think we might need a little less, Erin. Erin, no.
Can you repeat how much sugar you put in?
So we've put in 2 dessert spoons of icing sugar. That's just a taste. I think 2 non-heaped ones is fine. Erin went a little bit over. So, what do you think?
Anthony says he's sorry he's late. Seems everyone has the same idea and has just got back from battle in a German grocery store for cheese. Has he missed much?
Oh no! Right, I'm going to do a quick recap whilst Erin is whisking that up. So we've done the biscuit base. You've got your 300 of biscuits, your 150 grams of butter. We've bash the 300 grams, so not 300 biscuits. Mr. Busy Bakers is looking at me going no. So 300 grams of biscuits, and we have bashed those. Put the melted butter in with that. We've put that into an 8-inch tin. That is now setting. We've got double cream, which we have whisked up so it's nice and thick in one bowl. And we have our 2 tubs of cream cheese with a couple of dessert spoons of icing sugar. And I've just put in a load of... no, it's fine, darling. And I've just put in some chocolate chips into our mix. So you can see that is just in the cream cheese mix. Hang on, darling. Please, no, it's fine. Okay. So once you have got everything in your cream cheese combined, give us a thumbs up.
How much lemon juice?
So we used a tablespoon of lemon juice.
If you're using honey instead of sugar, how much would you put in?
It's for taste. I would put in a tablespoon would be plenty.
So sunny now.
Were they digestive biscuits?
Ours were digestive. You can use hobnobs, you can use ginger nuts, you can use any biscuit you like. Bourbon. But if it's covered in a chocolate or it's got a cream in it, you might just want to take out 10 grams, 20 grams of your butter, just because you've already got that moisture from in your base.
If using lemon curd, how much do you use?
If you're putting lemon curd in, if you're laying it on the base, just spread it on the base in a thin layer. If you're putting it in here, you're right. If you're putting it in, I would do a tablespoon again, and maybe if you've got a spare lemon, you could put some lemon zest in. You want to go? Now you've bashed the biscuits and you've done your whisking. You're off, are you? All right, you've got to say bye-bye to everyone though.
Bye.
I'm going to get you to stay for a whole workshop one day. Ooh.
Lorraine's double cream still won't thicken.
Okay. Hopefully, when you've added it all together and it's going to be in the fridge, it's going to set for you. Have another go by all means at whisking it. If you have some problems, we have suggested put it back in the fridge. That helps, and put it into a bigger bowl so you can really get some air into it. But if you've tried all of that and it's just not working and you don't want to do anymore, then don't worry, we'll put it all into the mix. You've got quite a thick base with the cream cheese, so hopefully that will all combine and give you a nice top to your cheesecake.
Can you repeat how much lemon juice?
So a tablespoon of lemon juice.
An argument on pineapple again. Pineapple on pizza was a no way, but pineapple on cheesecake.
Why not? I like pineapple on pizza too. So yeah, you can put anything on top. You can put things into your cheesecake. It's quite versatile. So by the way, we want to see your photos as well. On last week, and I was struggling to find all your pictures of the banana cakes, or banana loaves. So I'm back on it this week. So when you've finished it and you've got your cheesecake, before you eat it all, send us a picture of a slice or the whole thing. We'd love to be able to share what everyone's been making.
Ed's cream cheese is a bit runny.
Okay, you could. You are going to set it in the fridge, so if it's only a bit runny, I wouldn't worry too much. If you've, to be honest, there's not much else you can do because you're going to get it to set anyway. So probably just go with it at this moment. Right, I'm just freeing up my whisk. Is everyone okay? Are we all mostly thumbs up? Sorry, I'm looking at Mr. Boozy Baker to make sure. Oh, it's gone quiet.
Sound apparently is breaking up a bit. But we are getting thumbs up.
Are we okay? Hopefully we are. If sound starts getting difficult again, let us know. We'll whip out the microphone.
Janet's asked, can it be frozen?
In all honesty, I don't know because we tend to eat them. I'm not... Probably. You can freeze butter, can't you? And you can freeze milk. So, as it's a dairy product, yes, I can't see why not.
And Gail's saying she's got homemade pizza for tonight and cheesecake for food.
Yum! We had the homemade pizzas last night actually. Always popular in this household. Right, I'm now going to get the cream. Sorry, I've got a question.
Some Biscoff spread to the cream cheese. Should that be okay?
Yeah, you're fine. So we're going to get the double cream, which is now whipped, and we're going to add it to our cream cheese mix. I'm not going to stir this in, I'm going to fold it. We don't want to over mix this. Put that down. I'm going to scoop it all off my spoon so I don't have so many utensils in this. There we go. Right, so I'm going to show you what I mean by folding, and Mr. Boozy Bakers will tell me if I'm clear here.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go from underneath and I'm going to lift on top. Underneath, lift over the top. So I'm not going to really stir it. I just want to gently combine them and keep the air from the whisking into the cream cheese, into the cream. So hopefully you can see what I'm doing there.
If using vanilla extract or vanilla essence, how much should you put
Oh,
in?
sorry. So if you're using any extracts, just a teaspoon is fine.
Why is it not good to overmix the cream?
Because you have whipped it, so there's air in it. So if you overmix it, it will thin out again. So we just want to keep a bit of air in there. So that's mine done, and I'm quite happy with that. Once you've just put them both together, we're going to bring the bases back. So I'm just, obviously I can't see your comments. I'm waiting for Mr. Boozy Baker to let me know.
More people saying they're having pizza today.
More pizzas. It's Saturday night, isn't it? It's a good night for pizzas.
Annette's asking, which bowl did you add to which?
It doesn't overly matter, but I tipped the cream, the double cream into my cream cheese. There's too many creams in this recipe, I do appreciate that, but I put the double cream into my cream cheese mix. As long as you're folding and you're being a little bit gentle with it, it's not a problem. Right, Mr. Boozy Baker, can I have my base back, please? Thank you. Right, so that was the base that we made earlier. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to spoon it out into my mix. I'm going to put it in the centre and then I'm going to push it out to the sides.
You've been asked, which direction did you mix?
I haven't got a clue. Right. There we go. I do like a nice, I don't like waste, so I'm just scraping it out. If you do have a silicone spatula, they're very good at scraping out a bowl.
Just be careful with your mic, I think the sound's breaking up again. That's helping.
Move it down a bit.
Is okay? Can we get thumbs up?
We are new to this microphone, but it only arrived the other day and we haven't had much chance to get used to it. So the idea was to help you with sound, because we got a few comments saying that you were struggling hearing me. So we thought if we mic'd me up, that would help. So I'm sorry if it's complicated sound today. We'll work on it. We'll practice more in the week.
Sorry, where do you put the crumbs to let it stick?
So your base will have been the biscuits and the butter. The butter would have been melted. You've mixed that together, and that combination you've put into the bottom of a dish or a tin, and you've pressed it down. So that forms your base. And then we put ours in the fridge just so that the butter hardens a little bit and it keeps that base quite solid. So now we're able to put the filling over the top. So all I'm doing is I've just put that whole quantity in the middle of my tin. I'm going to angle it slightly so you can see. And I'm just going to gently spread it out to the sides. I do quite like a rustic look. I'm not particularly worried about how it looks, but I will show you a way to give a nice pattern on this if you would like it.
Sarah's just said, those who have issue with sound, it is a connection, not the mic. Refresh if you're having problems. It may just be the weather today is causing havoc with our internet connection as well.
Thank you, Sarah. That's good to know as well. I am a bit of a technophobe, so it's hard answering technical questions sometimes. Right, so that...
Can you add frozen fruits, or should you defrost the fruit first?
Yeah, you can. I'd be careful of the size of the frozen fruit. So what I tend to do, if I want to add it, is maybe with if you've got like some frozen raspberries, just crush them a little bit in your hand, just so you're not putting massive pieces. Obviously, when they defrost, they're going to go soft, and they might affect the stability of your cheesecake if it's trying to set. But I don't think it's going to be a massive problem. So if you do want to add them whole, just do it, and it will taste lovely still. Right, so I'm going to scrape this off, and then I'm going to show you a technique. Still rustic, but I do like it. Could I have a teaspoon, please, Richard? Right, thank you. I know, I just called my husband by his name rather than Mr. Boozy Bakers, and he hasn't heard that for a long time. Right, okay, sorry, I'm prattling about again. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the spoon upside down. Is that right? Or is that upside down? The curved bit underneath, like you would normally hold it, I suppose. So hold it like you normally would. And then I'm going to press it to the outside, and I'm going to drag it along. I don't know how much you can see. And then I'm going to move in, and I'm going to do the same again. And what it does, it ends up with like a little like swirl or a wave looking. You don't have to be exact. Hang on. This is quite hard to do at an angle when you're holding it.
Heather says that it's looking really good, and Annette now knows my secret identity.
There you go. So I've just added a little texture. You don't need to do that, but if you're struggling to keep it flat, I wouldn't try to keep it flat. I'd go with it and make it a rustic dish, but you can add a little pattern. And this is how I would do it when I'm not trying to show you, is just spin it round like that, and you end up with that kind of nice kind of frilly look to it. There we go, like that. So I don't know where you all are, depending on who's having a go at doing this. Obviously my little helper may have taken a bit longer than that. But once you've reached that stage, you can put that in the fridge. Now this is the hard bit, and I'm going to break it to you gently. You may have to wait a while to eat it. So if I were you, I would have this for your dessert. You're going to want to leave it until after your tea, and give it a good chance to set. If you eat it now, it will taste lovely, but it will probably fall apart on you a little bit. But as I said, it will taste lovely still. So if you really can't wait, you probably just want to spoon and eat it from the tin, because you're not going to get that slice until you let it set.
We've got quite a few people who are watching with us today, but they're going to make it later. So
no problem at all. Max will be straight on, I would imagine. He took a bit longer with the banana loaf, but he had his birthday last week, and he got a little bit preoccupied with that. But he's going to put all the workshops are on the YouTube channel, which you'll find if you tap in Boozy Bakers. You will see that we've got two channels. One is really old and I don't know how to access it anymore, but you'll see another Boozy Baker channel with all our workshops on. You can go into there and you'll find all of them listed with the ingredients, and you can follow along. And at the moment they are on our videos on our Boozy Baker page. So whilst you're all designing your cheesecakes, I will add as well, if you want to add fruit to it, for a topping, if you're doing anything that needs to set, you might like to add it now. or you can leave it and add your fresh fruit later.
Show that again. It'd be nice to show that a bit higher up because some of the comments are.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, good point.
There we go.
There we go. So yeah, if your pieces of mango or strawberries or anything like that, you could do that. And I was thinking about this. Yeah, do that later. Sorry, I'm flitting all over the place in my ideas. With the pizzas, and I think we've had it with the bread, when you had a few people in your family that you want it to be like, you could do like different segments. So you could put strawberries on one and drizzle on another part with chocolate sauce. You could do it as you want. So, but we do want to see photos because that's a really fun bit of doing this.
When do they put the topping on? Before?
So if it's a topping that needs to set, I would put it on now. If it's not a topping that needs to set, then like your fresh fruit, I'm going to put mine on like this. But if I wanted to, I could use some of these chocolate chips and decorate it now. But I'm just going to leave mine as it is. If you've got extra cream, you could whip some up and pipe some on the edges and put more decorations on. You can really decorate this as much as you like. But if it doesn't need to set, you might as well give it a chance to set for the actual cheesecake to set in the fridge and then add your toppings.
People had sound problems all the way through. Please watch back afterwards. It should come through fine, and we will get it onto YouTube.
Yeah.
Heather's going to get in the supermarket delivery tomorrow, so she's going to add all these ingredients to it so she can make it Monday. And Claire can't wait to taste this. Never had a successful cheesecake before.
Well, you can get your baked cheesecakes and then your no-bake cheesecakes. We decided because we wanted to keep it quite compact for the workshop. So we always have to think with what we do. It's got to fit within a workshop time and not have too much waiting and proving and things like that. So the cinnamon bun one, which is next week, which I'm really excited about as well. I've put together a recipe which we don't have to wait for. It is bread flour, but we're not going to wait for it to prove before we make them into the cinnamon buns. We're going to do the whole process, and then if you give it about an hour, you can put them in the oven and they make the best cinnamon buns. We've eaten them a few times now, which I probably shouldn't have eaten as many as I have, but they are rather delicious. And if you are having trouble buying the bread flour, we have put a whole cinnamon bun kit onto our shop, which you will find along with lots of tasty treats at www.boozybakers.co.uk.
How long do we put in the fridge for?
So I would say give it until after your dinner. I would say a few hours at least. I know a lot of you do like to tuck into our make straight away, so I'm really sorry, but there is a setting time. I wouldn't try and cheat and put it in the freezer either, because it really does need to properly chill in the fridge. If we've got any more questions though, please keep them coming.
How will I know it is set?
It is just a time thing. If you take it out and you cut into it, and it's, I suppose it's too soft, it doesn't properly cut, put it in for a bit longer. On the whole, you should be able to get a decent slice. I think last time we left it about 4 hours. But this is not like a cake. You can't go wrong. If you take it out and you eat it, the worst that's going to happen is you're not going to get what's going to happen because you're not baking it. There's no rise, so that's it. It's just going to be a slightly softer cheesecake.
Yeah, a lot of thanks for today. Mel says it tastes lovely. Her Labrador enjoyed it too.
What, your cheesecake already?
I did not use all my crushed biscuits. Can I freeze them?
Yeah, you can freeze biscuits.
Tomorrow.
Absolutely. So this will last. Keep it in the fridge, and this will last a good few days. If you let it. If you put fresh fruit on it, just bear in mind how long that fresh fruit is going to last. So if you're not going to eat it all at once, but you want to use fresh fruit, maybe put the fruit on half of it and leave the other half without, and then you haven't got that fresh fruit going over ripe.
There's a couple of people who have tried mini cheesecakes, so I'm assuming they don't need as long to set.
That's sneaky. Yeah, so it won't take us long because you haven't got the same size to set. So yeah.
Love for the apron. Do we sell them?
Oh, so we are working on this. We have been given some prototypes which are embroidered. This one is not embroidered, so there's a cost implication. It depends whether we're going to have some, hopefully on our website soon, but it depends on how much people would pay really to have a Boozy Baker apron or oven gloves or tea towel. So I'm thinking we'd stick with transfer rather than embroidery, just so that it's not a huge cost to you to get one.
And where do you want the photos, please?
So you can send them as a message to our Boozy Baker Facebook page. That's the easiest way for me to find them, if you send them directly to us. I know some people have written a post on our page. We do find those too. That's how I share those. You can email us your picture if you really want, but keep it to Facebook is fine. And we'll reply. We tend to reply to a lot of them. It's only like a few days later that we start losing our thread a bit.
Lara saying thank you. Looking forward to making a gluten-free version later.
Yeah, do. Let us know how it goes too.
Karen, thanks for the bake-along sessions. The kids are learning new skills and we're all enjoying the end
I'm
result.
really glad. So you've got your cinnamon buns and then we've got a tea loaf the following week, and that is fat-free unless you want to smother it with butter afterwards to eat it. That is a fat-free recipe. So we're trying to do different things. I'll keep coming up with ideas and we will do these as long as you want us to. We really enjoy them. We love hearing from you. You might have caught, I've done a couple of impromptu videos in the kitchen as well. I am a people person, guys. So it's a nice way, but feel free to chat with us on these. We love it. You might have some bake-offs going on. We like to see those results as well. So if you're baking in different kitchens and sharing your results, we love seeing those.
Mike says, very well done. Great way to spend a lockdown afternoon.
Exactly, especially in this weather. Although if you're in Cornwall, obviously, you can go and enjoy the garden still.
And Annette, thanks. Looking forward to cinnamon buns and tea loaf. Carol, thank you for your time. To you, Erin and Richard.
Oh, you get a mention, Rich. He works really hard actually, and Richard's been out doing all the cream tea deliveries. If you're local, we are still doing cream teas every day. We get up, we're baking fresh scones every day, and then delivering them even on Bank Holiday Monday. So if you are local to us, we are PO7. If you are PO8, we will do free delivery. If you are neighbouring to us, we do deliver for a small fee. We've got cupcakes back on the menu. Again, that is local collection, so I'm very sorry for anyone further afield. But we have got brownies, cake slices, birthday tray bakes, personalised tray bakes, marshmallows, all on our online shop, which is at www.boozybakers.co.uk, and you can purchase those, and we're now sending those out Tuesdays and Thursdays. So feel free to have a look at there. Please follow us as well. We are so close to 5,000 followers. If we can get that up, that would be brilliant. That would be very exciting for us. So
Shalina saying thank you. This first cheesecake, looking forward to it. And Christine, we're a bit late joining you. Looking forward to watching the video back and making the cheesecake. Thank you.
We will share it immediately. So thank you very much for joining along. Look forward to seeing your creations, and we will see you next week, if not before, on a live, on a little chat in the week. All right, guys, bye.